Hello, guys. Welcome to the Scum Society podcast. I want to give a brief introduction to Scum. Scum is an acronym. S stands for self actualization, C for collective unconscious conditioning, U for unshakable, unstoppable, and M for momentum mori. It is a complex of ideas made into a philosophy that frees higher human beings from the shackles of the past. It will guide you to be fearless, in complete control, efficient, allowing individuals to attain their highest potential and live without any limits. I believe it is time to rebel and develop an aggressive attitude towards slavery, domestication, conditioning, and free you from all of your pre programmed bullshit and teach you how to become completely free from debt, anxiety, stress, fear, failure, humiliation, illnesses. It is based on the idea of self destruction and the beginning of self creation. Away and apart from any conditioning, any fear, religion, biases, returning to the original state of freedom. Hello, guys, welcome to the first episode. In this episode, we're going to be talking about fear. I'm going to try and explain to you the negative impact that fear has within our mentality. And not only that, but show you and tell you how we can use the same tool of fear as an ally, as a guide, kind of like a GPS system to guide us to become unstoppable. First of all, we have to understand how fear works. We have to understand how our mechanism creates and reacts to fear as a form of survival. And we also have to understand that now in this environment and modern society, fear has no use to us. It is a sense that we have developed throughout the years to help us really live longer and avoid deadly situations. So, with that being said, our brain still has that same mechanism of reaction to fear. But you have to understand that that reaction of fear comes without the experience of a survival situation. So, fear is still useful within a dead or alive, a flight or fight scenario, but it still infiltrates within our day-to-day life where we are far from dying or experiencing an attack from an animal or a rival. So we have to make a conclusion that fear is false. It has been conditioned to us by other people's weaknesses. You have adapted to operate within their potential. You have adapted to think like them. You have adapted to believe the same things. You have adapted to fear the same things. You have been domesticated to believe that the whole world is against you, that they're out to get you. Often we develop that fear of something not by the experience, but on how we see that thing, on what if, what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. Meaning that we have developed fear just by thinking about it. That alone communicates to our brains that we need to enforce our fear mechanism, our survival instinct. Now, that is going to cause your brain to activate the fear response. It is going to immobilize you. It is going to stop you. It is not going to let you try that new thing that you want to try. It is a mechanism that is fighting for your survival. You have to understand that it's kind of like a switch that once it's on, it'll stop you. It'll immobilize you. You have communicated to your brain that you are in a survival scenario. It doesn't matter if you're talking to a girl. It doesn't matter if you want to explore new ideas. It doesn't matter if you want to try new things. It's the response mechanism. Your brain doesn't know what's in front of you. It just knows that you're in a survival scenario because of your heart rate. That alone is going to activate that fear response. And what is that fear going to do to you? That fear is going to put you in a safe zone. But you have to understand that that safe zone is a false sense of security. It'll bring you peace. It'll bring you calmness. It'll bring you comfort. But that safe zone is going to limit your potential. Like I said, that zone is a false sense of security. That safe zone is going to kill you slowly. Fear alone is going to make you choose that safe route. That route is a poor approach to life. Trust me, you're going to regret it. It's going to cause you pain if you stay within that safe zone. And I cannot express it enough that that safety bubble is going to cost you. Or maybe it's already hunting you. That's why you're here. Maybe you already know that the consequences that fear has within you. It's haunting you. You're conscious of the limits and the resistance that fear has on you. You haven't been able to break through that resistance that keeps snapping you back into the safety zone. Once you try and take a step away from the safety zone, it snaps you back into the middle. Fear alone is going to do that. And you're going to be haunted for what if. What if you really tried? What if you really made a commitment? What if you really took action? Now, maybe you're already being hunted by your potential because you're slacking. You're staying within your comfort zone. You're going to pay either now or at the end of your life. If you wait till the end, you are not going to have any time to try again. No more energy to get up and try again. It is going to be too late. And all your potential, all of your dreams, ambitions, and skills are going to be staring at you on your deathbed, asking you for an explanation of why you didn't take advantage of them. I want you to see the reflection in the mirror. That reflection that is looking back and screaming at you to break that resistance of fear, to take action, to stop wasting time. Every time you look in that mirror, you're conscious that every year, every month, every week, and every hour are being wasted. Let me tell you this, there are people dying. People are dying begging for another month, for another week, even days, hours, to stay alive a little bit longer. They don't want to let go because they know they have wasted their lives. And in most of those cases, it is fear that is withholding you from trying, from taking a risk, from stepping out of the comfort zone. Now, we don't want to wait until it's too late. Now, how can we prevent that from happening to us? Well, after many books, a couple of mentors, and a lot of life experience, I have come down to one sentence that has allowed me to break through that resistance of fear. And I want to share this sentence with you. If you're going to take anything within this podcast, take this with you. If you have to go back and listen to it again, please do it. This is the key to break away from fear. And that sentence is that you have to have the ability to take action regardless of any negative emotions. Let me say it again just in case that went over your head. You have to have the ability to take action regardless of any negative emotions. So you have to jump even if your brain tells you not to jump. You have to take action even if your brain tells you that it's scared. You have to take action. Yes, you have seen people fail. I'll give you that. You have seen people go bankrupt. But you have to understand that those people lack the commitment, lack the hunger, the ambition, the mentality, the understanding that fear is not real. So I'm not telling you that it's going to be easy. I'm telling you that even though you might be scared, you have to take action. You gotta count to three and take massive, aggressive action. You can't allow your brain to use its mechanism to stop you from taking action. You have to expect adversity, challenges, obstacles, delays, storms, tiredness, hunger. Now that is the consequences of stepping out of your comfort zone. That you're going to pay with pain. But we rather pay right now with solitude, with hunger, tiredness, rather than later when we don't have any more opportunities, when we're too tired to try again. Now, I want you to take this from this episode. You have to develop or adapt to a philosophy that is going to guide you to your destination, kind of like a GPS system, something that is going to guide you, that is going to tell you which way to go, something that is going to bring you back to the same route, to the original route. If you happen to reroute, something that is going to tell you, okay, go back to the route. Because I understand sometimes there is going to be obstacles and challenges, and you have to take a little, do a little reroute, but eventually you have to come back again. So that's why you need a philosophy that is going to guide you, that is going to be used as a GPS system. I myself, I have tried a lot of things. Trust me, I have tried a lot of things, and I was able to pass through the fear alone. I didn't let fear stop me from anything, but I noticed that I would get lost in the middle of my destination. I would get lost because I didn't have a GPS. So I had to develop a philosophy that worked for me. So I created Scum Society, a guide that helped me see when there's a storm, the light that helps me see through darkness, a push that makes me jump even if my brain tells me not to. Because you have to communicate within your destiny in the language of attitude. That attitude is going to determine if you're going to reach your destination or not. Because you could be able to surpass or break through the resistance of fear, but then what? You need something that is going to keep you on track, something that you can follow a day by day, and that is a philosophy. You have to create your own, or you have to adapt to a philosophy that is going to guide you day by day. I also want you to understand that there is no wrong or right, no evil or good. We operate within our negative and positive energy. A positive mentality equals a positive action. And a positive action, we understand that that equals into a positive consequence. And same thing as a negative mentality equals a negative action. So that negative action also equals a negative consequence. We have to understand that there is people that operate within a negative mentality. That negative mentality equals into negative actions. Those negative actions equal into a negative consequence. There are people that are like that, that live day to day like that. And they wonder why they're still poor. And they wonder why they didn't make it. They play a victim mentality. But they don't understand that they have a negative mentality, which equals negative actions, which equals negative consequences. We're not like that. We understand that what they call evil or good is based on their bias of religion. What's wrong or what's right is based on their bias of society. We understand that there's only negative and positive within us. And we have to operate within a positive mentality, positive actions, so we can get positive consequences. Now that we understand fear and we understand that negative impact that fear has within our mentality, we have to be conscious that every action has to be a step forward towards the destination. You cannot let your primal mechanism, your primal instinct, keep you shackled to that safety zone. You cannot let fear conquer you. If you really want to have an aggressive mentality towards fear, I want you to understand that you have to be ruthless. You have to embrace that dark side of you. You have to activate that dangerous mentality. It'll help you to never be intimidated. It'll help you to reach your potential. Now, that is the topic of the next episode on how to develop a dangerous mindset.